Terence Bud Crawford. Got some issues going on, man. It seems as if he has some connections to some people that may really be causing serious problems in boxing. I did a Twitter post on this, but I'm going to do a video on it now, as an actual decision has been reached by a court in Ireland that will display the problem that Terence Crawford may face. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. First things first, this video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm telling you this before I start. I am a big believer that consistency is important in life. And the reason that consistency is important in life is because it allows you to do good things over and over and over again, and to not make mistakes over and over and over again. That's the importance of consistency. So when I see and I speak to boxers and I speak to other young men younger than me, and they talk about business and they talk about life and we talk about good decision making, one of the things that I think is very important to decision making is surrounding yourself by quality people and making sure that you're really not associating yourself too closely and too consistently with people that can bring a lot of negativity in your life. Because everything can be going very, very well, and then all of a sudden, it's not. Okay, Puffy Combs, case in point. Whole lot of people riding with him for years and years and years and years and years. This guy's allegedly doing a bunch of stuff that ain't right. And everything is cool. You're making money, you're fans, you're famous, you're having fun. Then one day, SHIT hits the fan and you're attached to that. And you get dragged with that. And you better believe that's happened to a lot of different people. A lot of people have gone down with the ship. So when I talk about this particular topic, it is because I don't want people going down with the ship. And I think it's unfair if you don't tell people, man, look, people say boxing is corrupt for a reason, because there's a lot of criminals in boxing. There are a lot of current criminals, former criminals, and wannabe in the future criminals that are in the sport of boxing and in the sport of music. Why? Because there's a low barrier of entry. If you got a little money, it doesn't matter where it comes from. You can manage a fighter. You can promote a fight. You can cut a record album. That's why those businesses appeal to people that had, like I said, current criminals, past criminals, or future criminals are attracted to those areas. And you have to be careful with the people that you do, because they like to cross the line. They like to have their business, and then they have their boxing business. You have to be careful when their business intertwines with that boxing business, because if it's their business, you're in their business. Okay, this is a public service announcement for younger people. So let's talk about Terence Crawford and Terence Crawford's decision, apparently, to associate with one of the most notorious alleged criminals in the entire world. One of the greatest, what they call narco terrorists in the world, goes by the name of Daniel Kinahan. And Daniel Kinahan is closely associated with boxing. Just this week, there was a $9 million award given to a promoter from the United States by an Irish judge for over $9 million because Daniel Kinahan had tampered and interfered with the contract that this promoter had with Jojo Diaz. Jojo Diaz left these people, fought on a Daniel Kinahan card. I think he actually got a championship on that. Now, what has happened to Jojo Diaz since then? Has Jojo Diaz profited from that? No. Jojo Diaz's life has been on a direct down since that took place. Unconnected to the crime, to Daniel Kinahan, and unconnected to that fight, but still, nobody to pick him up. Journeyman, getting fed to different people. However, the Daniel Kinahan got his benefit, and the promoter that ran that he was working with now has $9 million. Terence Crawford, lawyer that submitted the work for the paperwork to the IBF to ask for the extension for the fight that he was ordered to have with Sebastian Fundora, used a lawyer that is directly connected to Daniel Kinahan. This is, I'm telling you, going to cause problems down the road because it's not something that people understand now. But if those guys are not really interested in the growth of boxing, what they're really interested in is the growth of their primary business and using boxing as kind of a way to, to complement it. And you are actively involved with them in it, even through second and third parties. What if a RICO charge drops on somebody associated with him in the United States? You're going to get pulled in. I certainly hope that young black folk in America do not follow boxers. Do not just willy-nilly do these type of things, because you never know when that type of thing is really going to hit the fan. Aside from just generally being very dangerous people, other people won't want to deal with you. Other people don't want to cut deals with you. Bob Arum has completely distanced himself from Daniel Kinahan and does not want to do business with him. Now, these guys, the interesting thing is going to be whether or not there's really any connection between Daniel Kinahan and Turki Al-Sheikh. Now, these things are never going to affect Daniel Kinahan. It'll never affect him. First of all, he's not an American citizen. So what the United States wants with him, really, unless they can get their hands on him, which they probably cannot do. Seeing as he's not been caught yet, Ireland can't catch him. He's off in Dubai doing what he's doing. None of this stuff is ever going to affect him. It may never affect him. Also, it may never affect Turki Al-Sheikh. The only way Turki Al-Sheikh is going to get affected really is if he runs foul of the prince that he works for. But all the other small guys, if there's a fire that announced, man, they're throwing you in the fire, man. They're throwing you in the fire. You'll be like Jaguar. You'll be having somebody like Jaguar Wright sitting up there talking to you, talking about you, laying all your business out there that she claims is her business. She claims is your business. By the way, I am not taking anything she says at face value. And I'm going to do an MH Blackwell video about that. But anyway, man, it's just all around. I think Terence Crawford is taking a big gamble, and it's going to wind up preventing a lot of fights from taking place. Because I can't believe that Canelo Alvarez is really going to do that. Is really going to fight Terence Crawford in a situation where Terence Crawford that fight is not completely under the control of Canelo Alvarez. If there is any connection to anybody else in that particular fight, I don't even think Canelo Alvarez will take it. But look, this is a Friday night. This is the last video that I'm doing for the week. I'm going to do videos on Monday, but I just want to share, you young boxers. Look, hey, man, we do glorify criminality. And I'm not saying that Daniel Kinahan is guilty of anything that he's accused of, because honestly, I don't know, right? I know what they say, but a lot of people are accused of a lot of things, no matter even how big it is. Still give people the benefit of the doubt of it. But the chances that you take, man, I'm just saying is be careful. We celebrate criminality in the black community and in the United States, in movies and TVs and music. It's like something that is really, really glorified. Even if it is ultimately at the end, the person dies, but the whole movie, they're living their life, making a bunch of money, having all the fun in the world, and they pay a little price at the end. That's not the real world. And let's also talk about the fact that just as a matter of karma, that people that are out there doing things like this, man, they're causing a lot of harm to real people in the world if what the accusations are true, if what they're accused of are true. If what Daniel Kinahan is saying is true, he's causing a lot of misery, a lot of suffering, a lot of people's lives. And I don't know why you'd want to be connected with that. You have to keep your name clean, and you got to keep your name around people with clean names for the integrity of yourself, for the reputation of your family moving forward. And I'm telling you that, all money ain't good money, and at the end of the day, if nothing happens to Terence Crawford, he just makes his checks and it's all in and he goes away. Hey, that's probably what will happen. But again, not all decisions do you make where you completely ignore the potential of something going wrong. 9 times out of 10, you're driving down the road, driving 100 miles an hour straight down the highway. 99 out of 100 times you can do that and nothing's going to happen. You can fly 100 miles an hour straight. Vroom. But then one time, there'll be some black ice on that road that you don't see, and you fly 100 miles an hour. On a stretch of black ice, you'll be dead. It only takes once. That's the thing about making bad decisions. 1,000 good decisions can be washed away immediately with one bad one. And I think Terence Crawford, this is a case of a bad one. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.